What's up guys, gonna be here and welcome to today's video. So today's video is gonna be a guide for installing a whole Gmod server on a Linux machine. So in this video I'm gonna be using Ubuntu, but you can also do this on a DPN or CentOS server. The commands may be a little bit different, but they should be pretty much the same. So in this video I'm going to be showing you first off how to get the Gmod server up and running. Then we're going to go ahead and set up a CSS server so we can mount the content from there. So we can use CSS props and not getting errors from game modes like P. And then we're also going to go ahead and use git clone to clone the repositories of P modification and P. So we can just go ahead and play a bit around with the configuration and see that everything works. So first off, we need to choose somewhere to host a server. I'm gonna be using DigitalOcean, mainly because it's something that I normally use. It's not great for a real server because of there not being any DDoS protection and that kind of stuff. It's not really what it's meant for. But if you're just testing stuff out like I'm gonna do now, it's great. And it's also hourly billing. So if you're just testing stuff, it won't cost you very much. So if you're interested in just testing something out, you can use the link in the description. I'll give you $10 free credit. And that's basically 2 months of free development hosting. So what I'm going to be doing here is just creating a new droplet. And I'm going to go ahead and when it's done loading, choosing the Ubuntu here. I'm just going to go with the stable version right here, 14.04. There should be no changes in the versions. And I'm going to go with the smaller size here, so just $5 a month. And you can see here the price per hour, so 0.007. So that's pretty cheap if you're just testing stuff out. I'm going to go ahead and change the location to Frankfurt, so it's a bit closer to me. Doesn't really matter, but it's alright. And I'm going to call this Garry's mod. Garry's mod, like that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and click create. The droplet will take about 60 seconds to create, like it says right here. Going pretty quickly. When it's done downloading, it will send you an email with the root password and the server IP. And you can also see that on the dashboard though. So while doing this, we'll need a few tools. You'll need putty. You can download that from their website. I expect you to know how to do that, and we're also going to be using FileZilla to kind of load at the files. It's not really required, but you should already have it if you're running a server. As you can see, the droplet is now active, and I also received the welcome emails with the root password. So just going to go ahead and copy this, but first off we need to go ahead and take the IP from here, insert it into putty, use port 22 and SSH, and just click open. And you want to click yes to this. So what we're going to go ahead and do is log in as root, and then we need the password from the email, and you paste this in by holding shift and clicking insert. So it's a bit different there, but you'll get the hang of it after using it a few times. So it will request you to change the password. Just now you need to enter in your current password, so that's just again shift insert, enter, and then just type in a new password. See if I can get it correct. There we go. So the password is now changed. What we want to do now is first off install the dependencies here. But before we do that, we just want to make sure the server is up to date. So the reason for doing this is if we don't, we may get some errors downloading these dependencies, at least got before. So let's just wait for that to finish. But when it's done, you're just gonna go ahead and insert this. So again, shift insert, and just wait for that to continue. And if it asks you here, just yes and continue. Let's see here, shouldn't take too long. And we're just gonna go ahead and click shift, okay, internet side, and yes, okay. Doesn't really matter, not something that we're really gonna use. Should be right there. Okay, but what we're going to go ahead and do here when it's done is adding a new user account, because running this on the root account is not very secure. So what we're going to start off by doing is adding an account called Gmod server. So add user Gmod server, give it a password. And just click through these. It's not really important. Is this information correct? Yes. And go ahead, password protect it. Just enter in the password right there, and then we can go ahead and log in as this account. So su-gmod server, and we are now logged in. Now we need to go ahead and get the script from here. So just gonna go ahead and copy that, shift insert. Wait for that, make it executable, shift insert again, and then we're going to go ahead and install the server. This may take a bit of time, and here in a second I'll just request you to continue, and you're just going to go ahead and click enter. As you can see, the install is now done, so you're just going to go ahead and click enter, and now we actually have a GarageMod server. Just going to go ahead and install game server query too. Going to take a few seconds. When this is done, we're just gonna go ahead and do something, but I'm just gonna call this CDB server. Just in all caps. I'm just gonna go ahead and enter through this, and it should be done. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and do now, before doing anything else, is actually changing the server IP. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and type in nano gmod server. So what you see here is the config file. What we're going to go ahead and do is scroll down to IP right here, because we want to change this to the server IP. If you don't do this, the server simply won't run. So just go ahead and copy that from your dashboard and insert it into here, again with shift insert. You can also in here change game mode, map and such. There's also workshop, collection ID and that kind of stuff. There's also a config here for update on the start. I'm just gonna go ahead and set that to on. So just click Control X and type in U and click enter. So now you actually have a server. We can just go ahead and run it here. So Gmod server start, and you can see it's running just fine. We can also just go ahead and open the console to just see that everything is fine. So should be up in a second. There we go. It's starting up the server now, and we can go ahead and open up the Gmod server console. Yes, and you can see here that the server is actually running. All the parameters is being set, and to close this, just hold Control and click B, release and click D. So now we have the GarageMod server. What we want to do now is create a CSS server. So again, you can go to the link in the description, and we'll go ahead and make the CSS server. So again, this time we're going to go ahead and make a new account. So just going to go ahead and go on my root account. So su root, and you're going to go ahead and enter your password. So we're going to go ahead and add a new account called CSS server. Did I spell that correctly? CSS server? No, that wasn't correct. Oh well. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it, to be honest. I just need to remember that. No. Can I just cancel this? No, I can't. Okay. No. Oh my. Just gonna go ahead and the del user or del user CSS server. Can I do that? Yes. Okay, it deleted. So just gonna go ahead and add it again. So CSS S server. There we go. So go ahead and give it a password. Yes. And let's see. Oh my. Seems like I can't type in the same password again. So just go through this and yes. And we're gonna go ahead and password protect this. So CSS server. Too many S's. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and log in as this account. So su-ss CSS server, and we're gonna go ahead and download this script. So just do it like that, and again make it executable. Let's just get to the right window right there, and then we're gonna go ahead and install this server. You don't need to run the dependencies this time because they're exactly the same as the Gmod ones. And we're just gonna go ahead and see here. So again, I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for it to complete. As you can see, the installation is now done, and it's just gonna go ahead and click the yes. Wait for it to complete here, and it'll probably request me to install game server query again. Yes. Let's see, it should be done in just a second. And basically what we want to do now is connect to it through the FTP. So just gonna go ahead and click through this. Let's see, and it's now done. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my FTP, go into site manager, go ahead and click new site, and just gonna call it Gmod. What we want to do here is take the IP from your control panel, go to the right panel here, click that, go here and click SFTP, go down to logon type and select normal, and type in root and type in your password. So just click enter and you should be able to connect. So go one level up, go into home, and you can see here we have a Gmod server and a CSS server. We have the old one here. Just gonna go ahead and delete that. So as you can see here, we have server files in for the CSS server, and we have our Gmod files in here. Oh, not a lot, but server files right here. Okay, so what we want to do now is go ahead and mount the CSS content. So we're going to do that by going into our Gmod server and going to CFG and opening mount.cfg. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this with Sublime Text. And what we want to go ahead and do is remove the 2 slashes here in front. And then we need to go ahead and get the path for the cstrike folder. So go a few levels up and go into the CSS server. Right here, go into server files and go into cstrike. So just go ahead and copy this path and insert it right here. Click save, and that should be it. So now we have the CSS content on the server, and yeah, we can just go ahead and close this down for now. So what we want to go ahead and do now is clone the Docker.p GitHub repository into our server. So I'm just gonna go ahead and log on to our seem like I can't remember the command. It's su, of course, su-gmod server. Give it a password, and we're gonna go ahead and type ls, and we can cd into our server files, and then cd into game modes, I believe. No, we want to cd into Garry's mod, and then into game modes. So right now we are in the game modes folder, and we're going to go ahead and copy Docker.p into here. You can't just go ahead and connect through the FTP and upload it there, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. So actually what we need to do first is change command, or change to the root command or to the root account, and just install git. So that's sudo apt get git, sudo apt install git, sorry, like that. Should take a few seconds. There we go. So now we can actually change command or account back to the Gmod server, and then cd into server files, cd Garry's mod and game modes. So now we can go ahead and go to the GitHub here, copy this link right here, and type in git clone shift insert, and then type Docker.p in lowercase afterwards, so you can actually load the files. So as you can see, cloning into Docker.p. What we want to go ahead and do too is getting the Docker.p modification link. So just go up there, copy that, go a level up and go into add-ons. And again, we're just going to go ahead and go git clone shift insert, and in this case we're going to go ahead and type in Docker.p modification. Yes, that's now done. So we can go to our top level, a few levels up here. That didn't work. Is it here? I think it might be one level up here. Okay, so we are now in the right directory, and what we're going to go ahead and do is nano into Garry's, Garry's mod. What was it called? Do I need to go into server files? No, it's actually called Gmod server, correctly. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do now is go down to game mode right here. I'm just going to go ahead and change this to -p. Command X, yes, and enter. So now we have our server running. We can go ahead and start it up. Gmod server start. And we can see the server is already running. So we're just going to go ahead and stop it. Stop it and start it again. Let's just wait for it to shut down. There we go. So we can go ahead and start it again. And I'm just going to go ahead and open up my Garry's mod, so you can see that it actually is running. I'm going to go ahead and open up my console. I'm going to go ahead and find the server IP, so you can see it's running right there. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and I'm also going to go ahead and open the console here, so Gmod server console, yes. You can see here I'm now connected to the console, and I can go ahead and connect right here. It's reading the server files, and if I go here to the console, you can see I'm actually joining. So I should be in just a second. And here we go. So everything should be working. It should be -p, and we should be able to spawn CSS props. And it seems like everything is working. So yeah, I think that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.